We have this way of analyzing schools and districts and counties in California. And by the way, for those who don't know, Whittier is a suburb of Los Angeles area, historically lower socioeconomic at the time that you were a leader in that school district, and historically lower performing on the part of the district that served the lower income communities. I just looked up you haven't been in the district, I don't know how long now. Uh,
9 years already. Time flies.
your district is now at the 75th percentile in student outcomes in the entire state. That's compared to Beverly Hills, and everybody knows what that is, and all the very wealthy areas. And it's at the 95th and 98th percentile, depending on the school, compared to schools with similar demographics.
So I can't tell you how proud I am of the staff. When I stepped off my superintendency, we had such an incredibly talented staff at all levels: classified staff, certificated staff, admin, teacher leaders, rank and file teachers. And they're the same people for the most part. Certainly, some people have retired and they've hired really well, which has really been the essence of continuing to do good work. But when I stepped off, everyone, teacher leaders, everybody they were so deeply rooted in the work. They believed in this work. And when we first started the work, and I remember I was assistant superintendent in ed services, and I was really pulling my hair out because our two schools that had the highest level of poverty were really woefully underperforming. Given my experience, and because I attended one of those schools when I was a kid, given my experience, I thought, you know what, this is not okay. It doesn't need to be this way. So I reached out to an organization called Principals Exchange, and they did some really foundational work for us at those two schools of poverty. And the other schools over time said, we would like some of that. So we were able to expand the work district wide. And it was foundational work that really continues to serve the district even now. But the work then was groundbreaking. Now, for the last 9 years, I've been supporting school districts up and down the state and coaching superintendents and doing professional development for San Diego County, Orange County, LA County. And it's just astounding to me how there are still far too many districts that don't understand what the possibilities are when they talk about what do you expect. We've got number of percentage of kids in poverty, and it just really upsets me to no end. That's the purpose of trying to get this work embedded. So back to the beginning, we started with just standards and with common assessments and embedded support or required tutorials into those classrooms, and ensuring that we had weekly professional collaboration. And at the beginning, it was very rudimentary. It was not anything to write home about. But over time, the work became more sophisticated. It became deeply rooted. And those common assessments, those formative assessments, were really a driver for having teachers sit together in content area groups, subject alike groups, teaching people who are teaching the same content and looking at those formative assessments, not to give teachers a hard time about, I can't believe your kids are doing so poorly, but where are the kids succeeding and why? Where are the gaps in their learning? And how quickly can we support them to ensure that we don't wait for the grading period for them to fail, that we jump in there right away through those formative assessments and give them what they need. Additionally, we were looking at, so what were the strategies that were working? And sharing of best practices was really the fuel